From LEX 18, your official UK sports station for Big Blue Nation, this is BBN Tonight. Presented by Central Bank, the official bank of UK athletics.
Welcome to BBN Tonight. I'm Keith Farmer.
And I'm Josh Berrian. Tonight, the Kentucky men's basketball team gets ready for the SEC tournament while the women focus on the big dance.
Plus, interviews with UK softball star Mallory Payton and basketball wildcat Kareem Watkins. Well, the regular season is over for Kentucky basketball as the men get ready for their first game in the SEC tournament on Thursday. That's tonight's Big Blue Story, presented by Baptist Health. The Cats' first opponent, Mississippi State, finished its season strong. Bulldogs won 3 of their final 5 games with close losses to Auburn and Alabama. Today, we heard from UK big man Keion Brooks ahead of this matchup.
Just got to be ready for war every single time we step out on that court. We know what position we're in, and we know what we have to do to get it done. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be difficult, but, our coaching staff has put together game plans to help us succeed and help us be the best on the court. And we have to go out there and execute and just go out there and fight and give it all we got.
The tournament path begins on Thursday at noon Eastern. The winner of the game faces number 1 seed Alabama on Friday. So easy to look ahead because you got to have 4 wins, but really Kentucky's got to take care of the first one.
Oh, and absolutely, especially with this team. I mean, this is Mississippi State. This is the Bulldogs team that they have beaten 15 consecutive times. Even in their worst season this season, they still were able to beat them thanks to Dante Allen just going lights out from three-point range. But, I mean, again, when it comes to tournament time, you want to focus on your strengths. They know their weaknesses through everything that they've been through this year. And if they play like they did against South Carolina, boy, they definitely could go all the way to the championship. And as the official station of UK Athletics, join LEX 18 for live coverage following Thursday's game. You can find our post-game breakdown and see news conferences with Coach Cal and the players on all of our streaming platforms, including lex18.com, Facebook, and on devices including Amazon Fire, Apple TV, Android TV, and Roku.
Well, we talked about Mississippi State ending its regular season on a high note. Cats did that pretty well, too.
Yeah.
Kentucky played one of its best games of the year against South Carolina. Davion Mintz and B.J. Boston hit 6 3-pointers each as Mintz had 20 points. Boston finished with 21 in a 28-point blowout of the Gamecocks in Rupp Arena.
And they were the first duo, the second ever duo in school history to do so. Forward Isaiah Jackson has been named to the SEC's all-freshman and all-defensive teams. He was one of 5 players tabbed to the defensive team and one of 8 who earned selection to the freshman squad as picked by the league's head coaches. Jackson became the 28th freshman under Coach Calipari to earn all SEC freshman team honors and the 29th first-year player during his tenure to earn an all-league honor overall. I mean, Keith, you have got to love what you've been seeing out of Jackson, especially over the last 6 games.
I mean, he's had this steady rise in the way he's playing, and he's just doing it on both ends is what I love.
Yeah.
He's a guy you're not going to take a shot up easily on him. The only thing that he needs to do,
stay out of foul trouble.
Exactly. And so hopefully he can do that throughout these 4 games that they're going to play in Nashville.
Absolutely. Need him on the floor.
Returning to the play of B.J. Boston, the UK freshman has been improving as well over the last month or so, finding his shot, gaining confidence, as we anticipated him to do. And as of now, Boston is projected to go in the late first round of this year's NBA draft. After the game, Coach Cal said Boston's mentality has always been great, but physically, he still has a ways to go. Previous players have benefited from accepting that and returning for a second season. Josh, we've seen, P.J. Washington, Emmanuel Quickly, guys that have come back have been successful.
Yeah. And because he got off to somewhat of a late start and seeing him kind of mature and trying to understand the college game, it would help him and it would benefit him for really Jackson and Boston to come back. We all know for Jackson, with the streak he's been on lately, that's probably not going to happen. Yeah. But as for Boston, it would really, really help him in terms of his maturity as a player and, just bulk up a little bit. And when you go from high school to the college game, most of these guys come in, they weigh 166 pounds or so. It would really help him because once you get into the NBA, I mean, it's a man's game. No one's going to take it easy on you. Meanwhile, there's been talk, thanks to a Snapchat picture posted by Terrence Clark that the freshman might be ready to play again for the Wildcats down in Nashville. Keith, Clark has only played in 7 games this season because of an ankle injury. He was last on the court in the rivalry game against Louisville back on December 26th. Keith, it's not March without a little drama, right?
Yeah, and a tweak. Maybe this is the tweak. And Coach Cal even said, what can he give us? He's been out for so long, but I think we said the same thing about Keion Brooks, and then he came back against Florida and looked incredible in that game. So I'm hoping maybe something very similar to that.
He could help out with the point guard position as well.
Could, yes. Turning to the Kentucky women and the basketball team looking ahead to the NCAA tournament following a second-round loss to Georgia in the SEC tourney last week. Kyra Elsie's team now waits for the NCAA selection show next Monday. Seems likely they've now been knocked off a top 4 seed slot, but the Cats will still have a favorable position in the opening round. Our Kentucky softball team continues an undefeated start as well.
We'll talk with Cats infielder Mallory Payton, who has also earned some praise for her off-the-field achievements. That's next on BBN Tonight.